What up, y'all? It's your boy KevOnStage. Welcome to Not My Best Moment, a podcast where I talk to athletes, artists, entertainers, and my friends about their failures, not their successes. They've all had massive success. Who hasn't? I've had massive success, at least once. Successful failure. My New York Times best-selling book was a massive success, at least for that 1 week. And after that, it fell off the face of the earth. But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk with Keith Lee. If you don't know Keith, he is should I say former MMA fighter, current?
Either or, former, current. I ain't fighting no more, so
okay, former MMA fighter, food reviewer. Currently, how many on TikTok? Last time it was like 18 million?
Close to it. Yeah,
18 million on TikTok. World-renowned father, husband, and friend. Currently, as we record this, he has partnered with brands to bring food to those who are losing access to SNAP benefits. That's just the type of guy he is. He's helped countless small businesses, small business owners, both in the food industry, fashion industry, and I'm sure he'll continue to do more. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Lee.
Honor to be here, man. It's an honor, man.
I consider him a friend. He's like a little brother to me. Family, Absolutely. Him and his lovely wife and children are just beautiful people. Keith, what is new in your life? You have a new child.
Everything, man. I feel like it's crazy. This is a full circle moment for me. So you were the very first person I've ever done a podcast with.
It was a great interview.
Since then, I probably only did like 2, I think.
Really?
And it's been, 3 years since then?
It's been almost 3.
I don't know if you know how pivotal that was, because that was at the very, very, very beginning of everything for me. So, like, before, I was still in the 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment.
You had the Paw Patrol.
I was still on SNAP.
You were still on SNAP?
I was on food stamps.
Wait!
Full blown on food stamps. Like,
were you?
All of the food that I was making for my wife to make the videos came directly from food stamps and gift cards that people were giving me. And when we did that, I legit was on, like, I literally went back home after that and was on food stamps. So to be in this moment here is so full circle, and that's why we doing this stuff with the SNAP benefits, because not only do it feel like it's yesterday, but I vividly remember what it felt like for somebody like you to give me a chance and just want to talk to me and want to have a conversation. And if I'm blessed enough to be that person now, I would feel remiss and feel like I'm completely doing this for no reason if I don't extend that. Because it's like, what we doing if you don't? What was the point of getting here if you wasn't going to be the same person that you looked up to when you was in that same position? Like, I don't know if you know that, but I looked up to you when I was like, bro, I'm in this fucking podcast studio having a conversation with KevOnStage.
I remember being like,
being
like, Keith is going to come. And I was like, I don't know if Keith knows me or none of that.
Yeah.
And I still usually take that approach because I don't ever want to be embarrassed.
I loved it.
But it's so interesting. I have the same approach. My life was changed. A black lady, and I cannot remember her name. She might have been an angel, but she's the reason I got a job at Boeing. And there was no reason I should have got that job. Like, I could do the job, don't get me wrong, but, like, I'm sure there was more qualified people.
Understood.
And me getting that job after being unemployed, I remember thinking, I have got to do this. Whatever power I get, I have to at least create opportunities for other people to make their life easier. And I love that.
Most people don't think like that, kid. That's not a common thought process. I'm starting to learn. Like, slowly as I'm starting to talk to more people, I'm like, oh, you don't? Okay, got it.
They be on world domination.
Absolutely.
Man,
it'd be like, oh, it's over with. Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm here. Everything that I went through, that didn't happen. Now it's only about what's about to happen next. Yeah, it's full blown. That's not a normal thought process, and I admire you for having that thought process.
I'm telling you, I was telling somebody the other day, in the moment, I wasn't grateful for growing up poor and being poor for the majority of my life. Still, as now, I had a few good years right now, but it's never that far from my mind.
That's a fact.
And I think it keeps me humble. It keeps me grateful. It keeps me reminding my kids. Absolutely. Like, luckily, by the grace of God, my kids are as humble and grateful as they can be.
Grounded.
We grounded, yes.
Absolutely.
And they also was living in that house in Reseda where we had literally somehow a beehive got on the inside of our house. And we couldn't get man.
That's as hood as it gets.
Somebody broke in our house, stole my baby's piggy bank. I had computers, cameras.
You was in a project?
No, I was just in Reseda.
This sounds like an episode of PJ. No. I don't even know if am I too old to know what the BJ's is?
No,
but yeah, this
no.
for sure sounds like the episode of BJ's.
We used to have helicopters going over the neighborhood 2-3 times a week. It was dicey.
I think that's amazing character development in retrospect. When you in that moment, it don't feel like that.
For sure.
When you in that moment, you are literally just trying to survive. And
Absolutely.
Like I said, when my daughters were born, both of them, so I got a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and then I have a newborn. When both of my daughters were born, we were on Snap. We didn't get off of Snap until November or like December of 2022, somewhere around that area. The government don't quote me for this because I don't want y'all to come back and be like, no, actually you were getting, so let me look into this. But it was around the end of 2022. But we did that podcast, I think, in like November or December.
Yeah.
So it was like right around that same time.
I think that's so important that you were becoming the Keith Lee that you are now and still on government assistance. I think people often, I've realized, people equate views with dollars.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And
it's not like that at all.
It's not like that at all.
So the same thing that I said when we first did the podcast, I went from March of 2020 with maybe 18 followers to November 2022, I had 1.6 million followers, right? Within that time span, within those 2 years, I might have made maybe $10,000, $20,000 off of social media.
Wow.
So that's $20,000 every. So that's $10,000 every year.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know if you know in this climate, but that is not a lot of money.
No.
But from that point, even with the 1.6 million, I was getting like $400 a deal.
Dang.
And that's how I got my manager to this day. That's why I love to be here, because again, this is full circle. I remember having this conversation and being like, I don't have no team. It's just me and my wife. It's me and my family. That's it. Now I got a manager, a PR, agency, and it still feel the same, but being here reminds me that it's like the evolution of what it is that we doing. But that's how I got my manager. She literally reached out and was like, I heard, because I made a video saying, like, I got this many followers and I'm not making no money off of it. And she was like, bro, you can really make a lot of money. And I was like, show me. I was like, show me. Come on. Put your money where your mouth is. So and within the first month, I got Chipotle. That was our first deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about that, right? Because what makes you great to me is you are not a trained chef, not a foodie. You didn't come from Food Network.
All I do is eat.
You're just a guy who likes food and likes talking about it.
Absolutely.
And you also are very honest and authentic. And I think, I've never seen you bash a restaurant.
No.
But you don't lie and say you like something that you don't like.
Absolutely.
So
I'll add a little context to that. So I am a foodie, but in a foodie in the most cynical sense, like as I just love food. So like when I was fighting, that's all I was focused on, is how I could learn why I'm eating what I'm eating and when I should eat it and how I should eat it and what's the purpose behind what I'm eating. So being around food scientists and food dietitians and people who were culinary trained, just being around them and just learning and not even realizing that I'm learning. I was more or less just like, how can I meal prep and it not be disgusting when I get home? And that's all I was focused on. I was like, how can I make this not nasty and still lose weight so I can make weight for the fight? But in retrospect, I was learning and I was really honing in a craft. So I'm blessed enough to do what it is that we doing today.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
You don't know that when you in the moment. You like, I don't want to eat tofu. Right. You keep telling me I got to lose weight. I don't want to eat unseasoned chicken for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And that's what they be on.
I try to figure out what I can make to taste good and why it would taste good depending on what seasonings or what flavor palettes. And I think that's why I'm blessed enough to be where I'm at, or one of the reasons.
Okay, I love that. I want to stay there, talk about making weight.
Please.
I don't really understand how hard it is. I understand that it's very hard.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I ain't made weight ever.
Yeah.
I have gained weight. I ain't made it. I ain't cut it.
You said off camera, you look good.
Hey, bro, I've been doing my little 5-mile walk. I've been having my little egg white. But I love fighting, love combat sports, but like, a pound, quarter pound can be the difference between you being able to fight for a title and your purse.
30%.
Yeah.
For sure.
And getting fined, and now it's not a title bout. You talked a little bit about struggling to make weight led to you having an eating disorder.
Absolutely.
Walk us through how that happened.
So the way I explain cutting weight for somebody who's never cut weight is you take a towel, you fill the towel up with water, and you wring it out until it's completely dry, and then you weigh it. So that's what you do with your body pretty much, right?
Okay.
So let's say I'm 170 pounds. They call me and they say, hey, you got to fight at 135 in 4 weeks, right? So that's what, 35 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
What I would do is the first 10 pounds is straight just working out. I would go to the gym twice a day, just work out, sweat as much as I can. So I'll probably get down to 165 within a week, week and a half. It's just all water weight, right? Once I get that water weight off, now I start focusing on my diet and really start focusing on cutting out any carbs, cutting out any heavy starches, cutting out anything that's fried, cutting out anything that I'm probably preaching to the choir because I know that's what you're doing right now. Cutting out anything
all that
that's fried.
stuff.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I had the KFC hot honey wings yesterday with the wedges and a biscuit.
So why are you eating egg whites and walking?
It just depends on the day.
You just doing whatever you feel like doing,
Some days I'm in, some days it's egg white, some days it's wings.
So I'm talking to Kev. No fried foods. No KFC hot chicken tenders.
I did have bottled water though.
With the Diet Coke. The Diet Coke do not change the fact that you're eating hot fried chicken tenders. So I would just cut out all of these things and really just have a lot of proteins, a lot of healthy fats like avocados, good oils, and just peanut butters, and really focus on the dietitian side. And that would get me down to like 160-ish, right? Because you don't realize that food does make a huge difference, but it's not like a magic pill. You're not just gonna cut 20 pounds because you're cutting out fried food. So I would probably lose 5 to 8 pounds from that, and then fast forward to the week of the fight, I'm probably like 150, right? So I get to the hotel, 150, 3 days away from the fight, and now this is the part where I'm about to fill my body up. So I fill with 1 gallon a day, or no, 2 gallons a day to start, right? 2 gallons a day. This is the analogy of where I'm just pouring water onto the towel. I'm just filling my body up, and I'm tricking my body into think, okay, we have all this water coming in, and we got all of this nutrients, we got all of this good fats and all of this. We can afford to let it go, right? So you flush it, you just put a whole bunch of fluids in your body, and your body gets to thinking like, okay, since this is coming in at such a rapid pace, if I go to sweat, I can let go more than I usually let go. So you drink the 2 gallons, you do that for 2 days, and then your body gets into this cycle, right? So now you cut everything off. You cut everything off, and you go into a super dehydrated stage where you just in saunas and baths. Like when I say baths, I'm talking about a hot bath with Epsom salt. The bath is usually anywhere from 130 degrees to 125 to 130 degrees. So like you cooking in there, like full blown, like very unhealthy. But if you do it right and you do it around professionals, this is the way we all do it. Baths, and then once you get out the bath, you just get to a point where you just sweating everything out. And again, your body is so used to it, it just wrings it out cold. So you weigh in. I weigh in at 135. The second I weigh in, I'm drinking all the electrolytes. I'm eating all of the food back. I'm getting everything back into my system. And by the time the fight comes, I'm probably like 160 again. So in 24 hours, I'm back up to my initial weight that I got to when I stopped eating all of the fried food. So the real weight that I'm fighting at is the weight that I stopped eating all the fried food at. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Yeah.
That's what the real weight loss is. The real weight loss is cutting the food out, getting to the gym, working out. That's where the real weight loss is. Everything else is all water weight.
So you basically at weigh-in, you are empty
completely
of food and
the
water.
The towel is dry, bone dry. So, but with a bone dry towel, you can't do nothing with it. You can't do nothing with it. You can't wash it with it. You can't clean with it. It don't work. So you only can be in that state for so long. Like it's literally like with an hour span that you can be in that state just to get on the scale and get off. And like you can't fight with no dry. You can't beat nobody up with no dry towel. It gotta get filled and replenished again, and that's what you do right after the weigh-in.
So you gain 15 pounds.
That's on the low end.
25 pounds?
If I gain anywhere from 25 to 30, I'm in a good space.
In 2 days?
No, 24 hours.
24 hours?
Yeah. So the weigh-in is at 10 a.m. The fight is usually that night, the next night. So the fight is usually, the main event is like usually like 10 o'clock at night.
The next day?
It's the next day. Yeah. So it's
oh my God.
a 24-hour span.
And your strength is back?
Yeah. That's why they trying to cut weight cuts like that and trying to stop people from doing it. Because relatively, yes, you are in shape and your body gets back, but you never at 100%.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
Your body isn't adapt to do that, but everybody is doing it, so it's pretty much an even playing field once you get to the highest level. Because if you don't, and this is the thing that people don't understand, if you don't, then you put yourself at an extreme disadvantage. So right now I walk around, I'm probably like 185 pounds, right? Israel Adesanya was a 185-pound champ for a very long time. Israel Adesanya is 6'4", and he walks around at like 220. If I was to fight Israel Adesanya, I would get destroyed. I don't care how good you fight. I don't care what your skills
his natural weight is just...
These guys, everybody does it, so it makes a easier playing field, because if you try to be the oddball, or you try to be the person who doesn't do it, either one, you have to be exceptional. Like Ilia Topuria. He doesn't cut a lot of weight, but he's exceptional. Like there's
so he just basically stays in training mode
all the time. Yeah.
Got
and there's exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
But you have to be like 1% of the 1% of the 1%.
Got it.
Yeah.
So I can easily see how this messed with your
absolutely
psyche.
I was just talking about this. It's crazy enough that you brought this up. I was just talking about this yesterday. In high school, I start my freshman year wrestling at 103 pounds, right?
103?
103 pounds is the first weight class I've ever wrestled in. I used to walk around at like maybe 110 pounds. There's no way you could have convinced me that I wasn't the fattest kid in the world when I was 110 pounds.
What?
Kev, I was walking around eating one jar of applesauce. I remember we talked about this podcast.
Yeah.
Walking around eating one jar of applesauce all day. That's all I would eat. And my coach would come. He would see me with like shout out to Coach Burton. He would see me with like a salad or something with dressing on it when I'm sitting at lunch. And he would walk past me, grab my tray, and throw it in the trash, and be like, "Here, eat this apple." I'm 110 pounds, Kev.
Oh my
but in my head, I'm like, I got 7 pounds to lose. Like, I'm huge right now.
Yeah.
Like 7 pounds, and we wrestle every Wednesday and every Saturday. In my head, I'm like, bro, I'm so overweight. This is ridiculous. But when you look at it in retrospect, I was 4'11". Nothing about me was big.
I probably was 103 pounds at 9 years old. I was in the husky section.
I was about to say months. I'm happy you cleared the
I was a big baby, but I'm not even joking. 103, baby?
Yeah, I was 103
grade.
pounds. That's crazy.
I could have wrestled you at 5th grade.
I was probably like 40 pounds 5th grade.
Oh.
Yeah, I was tiny.
So did you realize this? Did you put a stop to it, or did it only stop because you stopped fighting?
So I didn't realize it until I probably got into like my 2nd or 3rd year in fighting, because I was still trying to fight at 125 pounds. And I was probably like 20 or 21. And I'll show you a video when we're done. I looked insane when I got to 125. At this point, I was 5'8", 5'7", and I was probably walking around to like 160, and I was cutting down to 125. And I saw a video of myself being at that weight, and it was like, oh, this is not healthy.
Yeah.
Like, this is like long-lasting damage that you're doing to yourself.
For sure.
But when it comes to the eating disorder aspect, I didn't really get a grip on it until everything on social media started. Like, that's why I say thank you so much to the people on the platforms, because they don't realize how much they brought me out of a very dark, deep place.
Yeah.
You don't realize it when you in it.
For sure.
You're like, bro, I'm just eating. Like,
yeah.
This is what I do. But, like, to take a step back and realize, like, oh, no, I can eat. Bro, my first time enjoying Thanksgiving was November of 2022. In my entire life as an adult. My entire life from 5th grade to, because that's when I started wrestling. 5th grade, or I started wrestling in 6th grade. So 6th grade to 2022, I've never enjoyed a Thanksgiving where I can actually sit and eat, because that's the wrestling season. The wrestling season is during holidays.
It's a winter sport.
So that was the first time I was able to eat Thanksgiving and not want to be like, I got to go run right after this, or I got to go throw up, or I got to go get something where I can't eat for the next couple days. I just got to stuff myself and I eat for the next 3 or 4 days. That was the very first time. And that's when like I said, when social media was, for me, like a savior.
I just really want to also pause you. You seem so much more comfortable on camera.
Oh, I be chilling.
I mean, you weren't uncomfortable the first time, but like you have.
I attest that to you, Kev.
No,
a lot of that
no,
goes, bro.
A
lot of that. It's a lot of it. It's not all of it, but it's a lot of it, because I don't want to throw. I'm going to throw a couple people under the bus, but it is what it is.
Give me a clip. Give me a clip.
So I did the Breakfast Club maybe a year after I did you, right?
Yeah.
And if I would have did the Breakfast Club first, I would not be here.
You really think so?
Absolutely. I would not be on camera. And the reason I say that is because I was still so fresh in the space of being on camera and talking to people and being in this space where people are saying thank you for what I do or even paying attention to anything that I do, right? When I did On Camera with You, not only was it a comfortable space, it was a space where I felt like I could talk and you wanted to hear what I was saying, right? When I did The Breakfast Club, I felt the complete opposite. I felt like I was just up there talking and they was like, wow, what the fuck is he in here doing? And if I would have did that first, right, it would have confirmed all of the negative self-talk that I was already doing to myself. It would have confirmed all of the, you don't belong here. You're not supposed to be here. Don't nobody care about what you're talking about. You just a dude who eat food in the car. Yeah. Like, don't nobody give a damn about anything that you got going on. And that would have confirmed it. But when I sat with you, and you like, bro, you going to be the biggest thing from here, and you are walking in your purpose, and you like, y'all poured into me so much. And I got to give it to Angel and give it to Josh, that it was such a space where I'm like, oh, I belong here. Like, I'm supposed to be here. Wow. Like, if I would have did that first, Kev, I would have not talked to anybody. Like, and not only The Breakfast Club, but I did a couple interviews where after I left, I'm like, damn, like, if I haven't had the character development yet and I did this first, I would have been in shambles.
I mean, you acted on Churchy, like
crazy.
You were legit. You knew your lines. You improv as well.
Oh, if you see the stuff that we got coming up, Kev, you would be like,
it's finna go crazy.
Oh, nuts! God is amazing. You be like, bro, what is happening? Yeah, God is amazing.
This is great.
Yeah, God is amazing.
Okay, so I wanna ask about two different things.
Please.
I watched some of your fights. Mm-hmm. You didn't win them all.
No, I did not.
You were 8-5.
Yeah, lost a lot of them.
You lost a lot of
Absolutely,
them. Yeah, which is fine.
See, this is something that people don't know. A lot of the fights that I did lose were by split decision. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the fights that I did lose were by like literally like this much of a decision, to where it was like one exchange in a fight could have changed the entire fight. Right. And I think a lot of that. And I don't want to, again, my brother, I love him to death. My brother is to blame for that.
Really?
My brother was so good, bro.
Yeah.
He was so amazing at what he do that I immediately was in his shadow. So it was like I was Kevin Lee's little brother. So when I came into my professional career, I was 18. He was already in the UFC about to fight for a belt. So the promoters, and I fought through the same promotion that he fought through. Gotcha. So these promoters are like, you Kevin Lee's little brother. We got to put you against the #1 ranked national guy that came directly from Canada and had 30 fights. And I know you only had one fight. That's okay. But we going to throw you against him because you Kevin Lee's little brother. Kevin Lee is in and this is the part where he was really doing well, marketing himself. He was talking well. He was fighting well. So people was like, oh, you're going to get on camera and you going to talk shit, because he was talking shit like crazy. Yeah. So they're like, oh, you going to get on camera. You going to talk shit. You going to be charismatic. You going to be a breadwinner. And they get me on camera and I'm like, hello. And they get me on camera and I'm freezing up. I'm shelling up. They like, your brother okay? I'm over here sweating. I'm a fucking nervous wreck. And then I get in the fight and I'm fighting guys who have like the experiences that I have when it comes to like the amateur circuit. And when I get in there, I'm like, I'm doing well because I'm blessed enough to have natural talent. Right. But it was definitely way too much, way too soon.
And they got experience.
And then once I got to the point where I'm learning, I was already at the highest of levels. Like when I fought in Bellator, I didn't go to the Bellator with like the guys who were coming into Bellator with me, or like I was fighting guys with kids. I was 22. I was fighting guys with like families at home, bro. Like if you go back and watch the fights that I fought in Bellator, like the very first fight was a guy named Sean Bunch. He was an Olympic alternate. He wrestled in the Olympics, kid.
The distinction of a man with kids, bro. I got kids. I'm fighting for something different.
He was 36. Like he went home to children. Like I went home playing. Like I went home, took that money, and went to Disneyland with my girlfriend at the time, who's my wife now. Like we went and got churros. He went home and changed diapers. It's a whole different. It's a whole different situation.
You're on a different plane when you got to feed them babies and get them diapers.
My last fight was in 2022, and I'm 29 now. So that was 3 years ago. Yeah. So my last fight I was 26. So I was a veteran at 26, which is like crazy. Like because I started professionally fighting at 18. So it was like I got dumped right into the deep of it. But again, having a winner record walking out of that, and a lot of those fights were split decisions. Yeah. I think I lost 3 split decisions. So if any of those, again, the exchange goes different, I'm 10-2 or 11-2. So it's like the conversation could have been so different, but the fact that it happened the way it happened, I wouldn't be here if it didn't happen that way.
And I think that's
exactly why it happened.
Listen, I believe God is the greatest orchestrator of stuff, and I think if He let us in on the plan, we would ruin it.
Oh, I'm gonna ruin it. Oh, yeah. I would be a champion right now.
You ain't going to be, right.
Oh, I'd be a champion right now. I had 2 or 3 belts. I probably wouldn't be married.
Right.
I probably wouldn't have any children.
Yeah.
Like, if I did have children, they probably wouldn't know me for real.
Yeah.
I would be fighting year-round. I probably wouldn't be able to talk as well as I do.
Right. That fighting takes
a lot off of you.
It takes a lot off life,
of you.
Man.
And I think a lot of that, in retrospect, and you know what's crazy enough? I've never told anybody this. I think I told my wife, but that's it. It was a moment after, I think, my last fight in Bellator, right? First fight I've ever got finished. So I've ever been finished once in my entire career. And I think we talked about this a little bit on the podcast, but it was the first time when I went home and I was like, okay, let's say you get everything that you want, right? This is how I'm talking to myself. Let's say you get everything you want. Let's say you get everything that you've ever dreamed of, everything you think you want. And what are you going to do with it? Let's say you are a champion. You going to be on the road? And I'm like, no, I don't want to be on the road that much by myself. And I said, okay, are you going to go to the gym year round? No, I don't want to go to the gym year round. And I was like, are you going to cut weight whenever they ask you to cut weight? If you got to fight and defend your belt and you got to do this? And I was like, no, I'm probably not. And I vividly remember, which I believe is God talking to me. He was like, that's not for you right now, then. Wow. And I kept fighting against it. I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, what are you talking about? I'm about to be a champion. I've been wanting to be a champion my whole life. And I was so afraid to accept that or tell anybody that because I felt like saying it out loud would make it come true. When in reality, it was going to happen anyway.
Yeah.
So a few months after that, or maybe a year after that, everything took off the way it took off in a complete opposite direction. And it took me time to, like, sit back and, like, really self-reflect and be like, you knew it the whole time. You just was trying to run away from it. Like, you heard it. You heard it. You just was like, that's not what you said. Yeah, you said something else. Yeah. Oh, you said go fight? Oh, okay, I got it. Here I come. I'm about to go train. But I knew the whole time, and my heart to heart was like, yeah, this is your passion. This is what you love. But, like, if it's supposed to be for you, maybe one day I'll circle back to it. But right now, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing.
I totally get it. How do you think being a professional fighter has prepared you for this? Because you, like, I imagine there's not much thing worse than somebody punching you and choking you and trying to break your arm. And then you're like, okay, I got to try these wings. Like,
that's a fact.
Like, you're trying to break my arm, man.
I say that every day to my wife. I swear. I'd be like, she'd be like, are you nervous? I'm like, I got punched in the face for a living. What are you talking about? Nervous or what? Go talk to somebody? Go eat some wings? Yeah, I'm not nervous at all. But I think it has instilled like this drive in me that I think really has put a lot of I gotta go get it kind of mentality. But I've learned to balance it well. But I think, and you know me personally, I'm a workhorse.
Yes.
So I think that's where that's come from. And I'm just blessed enough to have my wife with me, who's also a workhorse, and we go hit the road, we go do what we do, and then afterwards we found a good balance of like sitting at home. Like I was just sitting at home for 2 months and I was relaxing.
Yes.
Actually, let me not lie to you, Kev. Okay, Kev, you gonna get something that nobody else got and nobody probably else gonna get. These last 2 months have been some of the hardest months of my goddamn life.
Why?
Oh my God.
What
Kev.
happened?
It's a balance, bro. It's so hard to balance, and I don't know if anybody's gonna relate to this, but it's one of those things where in July 4th was the last time we was outside. We was at the Ebony Essence Awards or the Essence Fest. Yep. It was at Essence Fest. And I told my wife was 7 months pregnant because she gave birth in September. So I told everybody, after this, I'm going on maternity leave. Don't nobody mess with me. Don't nobody send me no offers. Everybody leave me alone. We was hitting the road a lot, so we had money saved up. Yeah. Like, money was rolling in. I'm like, we got this check coming from here. We good, right? The second I said that, I think, and this is where my faith comes in, I think God was like, okay, let's see. You say that, watch this. Let's see if you really going to be about what you say you going to be about, right? So I told everybody, I'm sitting down until January. Kev, it is November. I am in LA. But when
I saw you gonna be in LA, I said, hey, we just talked about this. You said January.
When I got home, I was chilling for maybe like 2 weeks. I was chilling, kicking my feet up. Not to mention, we supposed to do Keke Palmer's podcast, right? We got stuck in the airport. Leaving Essence Fest, we got stuck in the airport to go to Keke Palmer's podcast. And that was a sign for me of like, you supposed to go home. So instead of like getting an extra flight, this and third, I was like, I'm going home. Like I told Kiki, I love her to death. I will see you when we get out of maternity leave, right? So I go home, I'm chilling for 2 weeks, and I'm like, okay, this is exactly what I'm supposed to do. My manager called me. She like, hey, Master Chef wants you to come and do a cameo. And I said, no, I'm chilling, maternity leave. She said, okay. Then she called me again. 4 different times, she like, the NFL want to do something with you. I'm like, no, I'm chilling, right? Then I get another call from a company I can't name, but it was fucking huge. Yeah. I'm talking about, like, I looked at the phone. It was like, you said when you want me to But again, I'm like, no, I'm chilling, right? Yeah. Staying steadfast in what I feel like my mission was. I looked my daughter in her face, and this is the part where I feel like it became so hard. She was like, Daddy, why do you be gone so much? Oh. And the craziest part is she be with me all the time. Oh. But, like, being gone so much because we so close, it's like 2 days for her, 3 days for her. And it was like I couldn't justify or I couldn't understand why I wanted to go out so bad still. Or I couldn't understand why I wanted those opportunities, thinking that, again, that PTSD of, like, oh, if I don't take this opportunity now, it's never going to come again. Yep. Or it's never going to show up again. Mm-hmm. Or, like, all of this going to go away. Like, this house that I'm in, y'all going to snatch it from me, even though I bought it. This house, you going to snatch it. You going to take it. It's yours. And it's like, I talked about this on Club Shay Shay. It's like this survivor remorse that, and it's like I thought I was past it. And I think that's why it became so hard for me. Because I thought I was past that. I'm like, I've grown. I've learned. I've done all of this. None of that matters. When it hit, bro. Like, whenever it want to come back, it just sneak up, and you be like, oh, this is all going tomorrow. Oh, you, who are you to turn out Master Chef? That's how I looked at myself in the mirror, like, who are you? What do you got going on? But then the second we started traveling again, which was this week, more opportunities than I can ever imagine.
Yeah.
I'm sitting with you again. Again, more opportunities than I ever would have thought, and I don't know why. But for some reason, I keep getting into that space of, like, this is all going to be gone. It's all. I lost 40,000 followers when I was on maternity leave.
Did you really?
I did.
Just from not posting?
I haven't told nobody that. You getting it, Kev. 40,000 followers.
And what'd that do to your mind?
I am about to be on the streets. I swear to you.
You didn't even do nothing wrong. You just aren't posting.
Just not posting food stuff. I'm posting my family and whatnot, but they like, bro, you the food man. I'm like,
you're not hungry? All right, bet I'm gone.
You're gone. Out of here, right? But then, this is, again, my faith. I had a day where I was like, I think that day I probably lost 2,000 followers or something like that. I had a day where I was like, this is going to happen, and how are you going to respond to it, right? And I was like, even if I don't gain another follower a day, like for like those 2 months stretch, I didn't gain one single follower. Yeah. Every single day was in a negative, right? And I talked to my wife, and this is why I love her so much. I talked to her, and I said, if we don't gain another follower, all I care about is that we healthy and we safe. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And I looked at that baby that I got in there, 4, 5 weeks old, and I said, I love you. I swear, this sounds cliche, but I said, I love you. I kissed him on the head. 2 days later, I posted the JL patisserie video about us just like thinking we just gonna go out there.
That was the lady who
with the
influencer
with the bakery,
right? Pistachios.
Kev, I have gained 100,000 followers in the last 2 weeks,
and you still ain't posting food.
Maybe 2 food videos. But it was right after I gave it up, and this is, and I think this is the message I'm trying to spread. Yeah. It was right after I gave up all of the expectations and all of the guilt that I was putting on myself. Literally, as soon as I said whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, and I reminded myself of that, and I said it out loud, and I meant it in my core. Yeah, everything opened up again. I don't know why I be forgetting it though, Kev. It's the hardest part. It's like I know it. I know everything gonna happen.
I might as well be talking to myself right now.
But sometimes, I don't know why I get in this space, but sometimes I be like, shut up, you're lying. Ain't nothing gonna happen. You about to be on the streets, kid. They about to knock on the door right now. And I don't know why that happens to me. But it happens, and it be so real for them couple days. Yes. The reality be, I looked at myself and said, you fell off.
You told yourself that?
I said you fell off.
With 18 million.
And then right afterwards, I said, I fell off of what? What I fall off of? What are you talking about?
It's so funny because if I don't have a video go well in 3-4 days,
I don't know why that is,
man, I
bro.
lost it, bro.
Lost it.
And it be the last video do 3 million views be 4 days ago.
And you be like, oh, it's over with.
It's over with.
If I post something right now, ain't nobody ever gonna see it.
I got to go back to Boeing.
Don't nobody care.
It wasn't good when I was there the first time.
And then you post another video, and for some reason, it just go away.
Yeah.
They be like, oh, all those thoughts I just had. Oh, okay. And I feel like that's such a scary cycle to be on.
Yeah.
But I think for me, what changes that again, because even when I didn't have the video that do well, I had that mindset right before I had that video. But I genuinely believe that if to this day I'm sitting in the chair and I'm losing 100,000 followers, I would have been able to be like, it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
I got it. It's cool.
Yeah.
For that little moment. And then again, I would have had another moment. Like, no, it wouldn't be. But eventually, I'm going to sit in this chair across from you, and I'm going to tell you that I figured out the way to make it more streamlined and not.
I think it's a process.
I'm not there yet.
No.
I'm in my healing journey. Before, it was like this. Now it's like,
I
still get waves, but they a little less big.
That is progress.
Yeah. And then I get a random. Like, fucking,
So I want to ask you on that same thing about growth. Your content style hasn't changed. You've been mom and pop, eat in your car. You if it's really bad, you just don't usually post them. And then somewhere along the way, your voice became so big that I remember like a few cities specifically. You went to Atlanta, and it was up and down my timeline. And when you went to London, and I think DC as well was a bigger one.
DC and the Bay.
Oh, in the Bay. Oh, I forgot about the Bay.
Portland too, but Portland was more on the positive side.
They didn't want to believe. Listen, I'm gonna pause myself real quick. I don't argue with people who ain't been where I've been.
Agree.
Because it's like,
especially when it comes to places like that.
I've been to Portland. I used to live in Tacoma. I've had shows in Portland. When you said that, I was like, and there's a lot of black chefs in Portland. The guy who directed all the episodes of Churchy has a whole series on black chefs in Portland. But people not
you don't know that if you don't know that.
And why would you know that? Few people who ain't been stationed in the Northwest or played for the Blazers or lived in Portland.
If somebody tell me right now, Wichita, Kansas got the best barbecue, I'm gonna be like, what are you talking about?
I just had the best burger of my life in Chicago.
Oh, that don't surprise me at all.
Yeah,
Chicago got the best everything.
Tacos in Chicago.
Best
Chicago best food city.
Yeah.
So, what was it like for you to all of a sudden the thing that worked? You never had nothing in Vegas. I don't remember anything negative. It was all keep here, lines out the door, suitcases. Now they like, he don't even eat fine dining. He always eating in his car. Who is he to even be eating? His little palate ain't this.
That's a fact.
And you usually address your stuff. You come in with the.
I've gotten better. You've
gotten better.
And I test a lot of that to my wife.
That wife, man. I'm telling you.
Excuse my language. She'd be like, shut the fuck up.
I think that was the right language for that moment.
She'd be like, I'd be like, I want to say. She'd be like, shut the fuck up. I don't care about nothing. She'd be like, they not gonna care about it 2 days from now. Really and you walking around, pacing around the house, trying to figure out what you about to say. And shut the fuck up. Don't nobody care. That's exactly how she'd be like, bro, shut up. And I'll shut up. Yeah,
That's
and I'll
so
shut up.
Good.
Yeah, and I'm happy I shut up afterwards.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, there's no reason to speak on that.
Because it's like, you be the flavor of the day, no pun intended.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's always another.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna keep going. Yeah.
There's always another celebrity. Another video's gonna go viral.
Absolutely.
Something's gonna happen. It's gonna move you off the front page.
I think the reason
but in that
why
moment, it feels like the whole world's mad at you.
I think the reason why I don't necessarily bother me anymore when it comes to that is that it's nothing that I can do. Like I've learned, it's literally nothing. Like I've done so many different methods when it comes to, but it don't change nothing. Like I'll do a method where like I'll just be not positive, but I'll be only constructive, right? Don't nobody give a damn. They like, why are you not? Why they be like, that look a little too greasy. Why you ain't say it look a little too greasy? It look a little too greasy to you, but that don't register, right? I think it's one of those things where you just gotta let it be what it is, bro. You can't. I don't really get caught up in that. Like, so my mind more or less gets on like the PTSD side of things, where I'm like, everything about to be gone. But when it comes to people saying like, oh, he don't got a good palate, or his palate simple, or he ain't never been to culinary school, I'd be like, neither have you. You ain't never been to culinary school.
You don't have to go to culinary school to know if a burger tastes good to you or not.
And the thing that I think has gotten lost, but I don't even try to explain it anymore, is that my perspective isn't a perspective of a chef. My perspective isn't the perspective of a culinary genius.
Yeah.
My perspective isn't the perspective of a professional. My perspective is the perspective of a consumer.
Yes.
And I think that is lost in this space. Well, now, God willingly, it's a lot of people who do food reviews.
Yeah.
But when I started, it was legit just like me and maybe like 2 other people.
Yeah.
And it was nobody in the same space that I saw personally that was, except for Roll It Up K. We got to give Roll It Up K her flowers. Mm-hmm. She has been a pioneer for the space. And I don't think people give her a lot of credit, which they absolutely should. They just be trying to compare her to me, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I think it's not been a lot of people in the space that will show you the side of just a person who want to go get food. Like when I get off the plane and I want to go to a food spot, I don't want to have 100 million followers to go sit at a table. I don't want to have to pay you $10,000 to go get a burger. Like I don't want to have to do that. In a lot of cities, that is the case, where you either gotta like have this expectation. And I think this part has been so much harder as Keith Lee. Mm-hmm. Oh, when I walk into a restaurant, people be like, oh, it's over with. I'm about to go home after this. I'm about to tell my mom and dad my life has changed forever. He about to spend $30,000 in here. And I be like, ma'am, can I get takeout to go, please? Can I just get a bowl of food so I can go home and watch TV? And every single time I go out now, it's legit like, call the aunties, call the moms, call the granddads. You know, Kev, how many times I've had people cry because I've walked into a restaurant and I had to like calm them down and be like, listen, please, let me hold your hand when I say this. I just want to eat. I don't want anything else. My phone isn't even on me right now. I don't have any intentions of recording anything.
I never thought about you just going to eat because you're hungry and you're not working. And they like, life is bad. Mama,
yeah, it's
call
2
the
o'clock
bank.
in the morning.
Call the bank.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I have a hoodie on. I just want food. I've had people deliver DoorDash to my house and be like, "Ooh, you about to review it? Can I watch?"
Oh my God,
sir, it's 12:30 in the goddamn morning. If you don't give me this bowl of ramen and let me go.
Oh, snap.
I swear, and that is a blessing and a bit of a disturbance, but it's something that I don't complain about because, again, I was in a 2-bed, 2-bath apartment, and nobody gave a damn about what I was talking about. So if I got to deal with a DoorDash driver being overly excited, that is the least of my complaints.
I remember when the house in Reseda, and I didn't even feel like I was famous, man. This dude brought my food. I'm ready to smash it. I go sit back at the table, and my Uber Eats thing rings, and I'm like, yo, am I tripping? Did I mess up something? Yeah. And I answer the phone. He's like, I didn't want to say this. I'm a huge fan. He's like, can you come outside your front door? He's standing in my front door before I had a ring. Before Ring was everywhere. Yeah. He come outside and take a picture with me. I said, bro, I'm in my drawers. I got a shirt off. I did it, man, because you're at my house now. But I said, dang.
You can't just leave him there.
I can't leave you at the front door.
You know where you live at now.
That's what I'm saying. And from that moment on,
that's
I never, after the pandemic, it became drop anyway. But from that moment on, I never answered the door to get the food. I never. Before,
I get cussed out every time I try to go answer the door.
It's before I lived in the
wife
community.
Like, she would literally grab me.
Yeah.
Like,
let me tell you what's even worse. You had getting room service.
Oh, kid.
And I got my shirt off. You know the titties is out. Kid. I got titties a little bit.
I don't know if I ever told you this. I had a lady buy a hotel room at the hotel I was staying at and bring pecan fudge that she had made at her house, or cookies. If you watching this, please excuse me if I got the product wrong. Some kind of dessert, and sit in my hotel lobby and text me multiple times or DM me multiple times and say, I'm down here waiting whenever you are ready.
Oh, my God.
You are going to try this. And I bought a room. And God willingly, we don't buy cheap rooms nowadays.
No.
This is a very...
Yeah.
I can say that name of the hotel because I ain't there right now. The Post Oak in Houston.
I don't
and
know
if
that
you know
hotel.
the Post Oak, it's up there with like the Four Seasons. It's up there with like...
I got to stay there now. I feel challenged.
Oh, okay, you got to go to Post Oak. It's amazing. Shout out to the Post Oak. But it's up there with like the top of the echelon, right? And she bought a full room.
How did she know you were there?
For 2 days. somebody posted me in the lobby. I was walking in the lobby with my kids, and somebody said, "Oh, look, Keith Lee in Houston, he about to try all y'all food." And she saw that and stayed downstairs with pecan something. I don't even enjoy pecans. And I couldn't tell her that. I couldn't go downstairs and be like, I don't even like pecans. I buried myself in that room that whole night and just hoped. I just prayed. Look, I was doing one of these. I was like, please don't be downstairs with me. I said, please be gone by the time I come downstairs.
Though.
Yeah, and but again, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel so conflicted when I complain about it.
I feel
because it's like,
absolutely,
bro, like what is there to complain about that somebody's so excited to meet you that they want you to try something? Like they care about your opinion that much that they want you to try it. Like, why is that a negative thing? But at the same time, what if I'm walking around a hotel and I got my kids with me and we about to go to the pool and I get on the elevator and you stand in the corner of the elevator like, I bought a hotel room just to meet you. And my daughter like, Mommy, Daddy, who is that? And like, hey, you got to explain that to him. Absolutely. So it's like a double-edged sword.
I remember one time we were on tour, and this was a few years ago, and we were flying through Cleveland, and somebody was waiting for us outside the exit of the airport, not even outside, like outside when you leave your gate. And she was like, I knew it was y'all. And I was like, oh, I mean, I'm disoriented. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning their time, so it's like 2 a.m. my time. And I'm like, what's going on? She was like, I've been at this airport all night. I routed the planes from L.A. to Cleveland. Yeah. And I figured you guys were either on this from Delta, this from United. Yeah. And I guessed right that you guys,
Were you scared?
I wasn't even. I was too tired to be scared.
Even have
and it was a lady, so I was, I didn't, feel like, intimidated. But it was just like, she's like, I just want a picture. I know this is weird. I'm so sorry. And in my head, I was like, this is insane. Yeah. There's nobody I would do that for. Not Beyonce. 1,000%. Nobody. People who I want to meet. Yeah. LeBron, I'm not going to the airport and hoping it's you.
That's a fact.
Not at 5 a.m.
I'll just see you when I see you.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, that's a fact.
If it's meant for us to be, it'll be down the line.
And that's why I've never said no to a picture. Because I think about it like that. Like, there's nobody I'm willing to do that with.
Right.
So if you are willing to do that, then there has to be something deeper, right? But then shout out to my good friend Toby. You know Toby.
Yeah, Big Toe.
I told him the same thing. And he said, nigga, they don't all think like that. He said, don't put yourself in that same mindset. But then, again, this is something that I constantly battle because I'm willing to go to bat for certain things that I believe in. And that's one of the things I believe in. If anybody is willing to take time out of their day to even say something to me, I'm not going.
I feel the same way. I don't. This person wasn't talking to me, but I think it was. I don't remember who it was. So I don't want to say the wrong name. But he was like, if you're famous and you don't feel like being famous that day, don't leave your house. Because once you go out,
I think that's great advice.
And that's how I be. Like, if I ain't got it that day and I'm tired, I know I don't have it. I don't
go outside.
I don't go outside.
That's great.
Because if you catch me, I want to give you a good experience. I thank the Lord for wrestlers. I've met a few wrestlers. Wrestlers be like, without you, there is no us.
Absolutely.
So they're very gracious, unless you're trying to like hawk their merchandise.
Of course.
That's the only time they be like, all right, you trying to make money off me.
Of course, yeah.
But if you're just like an excited fan for the most part, but they're like, and I feel the same way. But if I don't feel like it, if I got an attitude, I'm never really having an attitude.
Right. But if you just not, if you being a human, you just having a human moment, and you like, bro, I just want to go outside.
Keith, when my brother passed away, and I was coming.
Thank you, Ray J.
Coming back.
I had to. I'm sorry.
No, come on, Keith.
I had to. Sorry. Thank you, Ray J. It's crazy. Go ahead. Well, I'm listening.
Dog. And I had come home, and I was still crying a lot. Dog, Keith, I have tears in my eyes, like off the plane from the funeral. Somebody's like, I'm so sorry.
Oh, my God.
I know you going through a lot right now. Do you mind if I get a picture? Tears in my eye. Even in Houston.
Yeah, that is so crazy.
After I announced it, he ain't in the grave yet.
Yeah, that's okay. How do you process that? That's such a hard emotion to try to process of like, what do you do? Do you just put yourself to the side and be like,
you do.
It is what it is?
I've noticed, I've been giving people grace because what's been happening a lot lately, and this is very jarring, people have been grabbing me. Like, I like to still walk.
I get hugged, Kev.
No, I mean, like, I'm walking past, and they, like, and, like, like that.
Yeah.
Often women.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'm in my own world, and I'd be like, oh hey,
yeah,
and but that first reaction
is it's human.
It's human.
Yeah.
Like why are you grabbing? Because you like protect yourself at all times.
Yeah, that's a fact.
But the hug, auntie hugs, I love that.
I get auntie hugs. Yeah. I get auntie kisses. I get auntie hugs. I get a lady kissed me in my ear one time, and I panicked for a week straight. I'm a germaphobe when it comes to stuff like that. A week straight, Kev. Look, I'm in the mirror like this. I'm trying to take this motherfucker off and get a new one. I'm like,
that would freak me out.
I'm at home panicking.
I've been washing my hands every 10 minutes for a week.
Yeah, I'm at home panicking.
I'm
on Google like, can you buy new ears? Are there any surgeries to allow new ears to be implanted and you can still hear? Full blown. I'm like, bro, get this motherfucker off.
I feel you.
Yeah, but again, it's out of love, so it's it's
and that's what I was gonna say. I got distracted, but I give people grace because I think excitement robs you of your manners.
Absolutely.
Sometimes people, they don't mean no harm, and I don't want to be mad at people don't mean no harm. You just, they don't know if they're gonna ever see they're surprised, shocked. They don't know if they're ever gonna see you. This is their moment, so they gotta take it. And as long as you're not rude, which by the grace of God, I don't have a lot of people who love me who are just like rude.
Same.
They be really excited, and they're just like, Kev, I'm sorry, I know, but sometimes they go a little too far. But listen, things could be worse. You could be getting hit in the head. I could be at Boeing.
Yeah.
Like, I will take this
versus
that. All right, we got to get Keith out of here. Yeah. He's a loving family.
First, before we leave, I want to say, in the midst of everything that's happening right now, right, with the holidays coming up, with the SNAP benefits being cut off, with us not understanding what we about to do within the next couple of months in life in general when it comes to what our country's in, right? I want to say, 1, happy holidays. 2, anything that I'm blessed enough to be a part of, to be of any assistance or play any part in making sure any family has a good holiday, I'm absolutely going to do it. And I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I'm looking directly at you, whoever watching this, I care. And I will not be in this position without y'all. So anything that you see come out within the next month, just know it is from a place of love. It's from a place of really putting my heart, sweat, and tears, because there's going to be a lot of stuff coming in this next month. Heart, sweat, and tears. And I really put a lot of effort and a lot of thought into thinking, what would I want somebody to do when I was in that position? And this next month or so is going to be a testament to that. And it's just going to be a culmination of all of those things. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be here. And I'm very thankful.
Keith Lee, ladies and gentlemen.
Amen.
Peter, we might have to move this one up. We might have to move it up.
This is I don't know what it is with us, and I don't know what it is that we do together, but every single time I walk away like, oh, I'm about to go be a movie star. Yeah, you the man, Kev.
I love it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching and listening. Right. Please check us out wherever podcasts are found, but specifically iHeartMedia, iHeart, iTunes, all that stuff. Keith Lee, follow him on social media. He's amazing. He is also the person he presents himself to be. He's not pushing babies on the ground and kicking frogs when he leaves. He's genuine family man, morals, God, family, food. He really is about that. So God bless y'all. God keep you. We'll see you at the conference.